Greetings everyone, I'm Napoleon Complex, and today we're fighting as the Polish 1525 to 1558 against the Russians 1550 to 1559. Oh, I'm expecting lots of cavalry on both sides here. Let's get into it. So this is another random battle, and of course I no doubt, well, let's take a look. I'm expecting hussars. No hussars in this, winged hussars in this era. That must have been a later invention, I'd imagine. So no, they were around in the 16th century. Okay, I see lots of rough terrain here, and I see lots of masked arquebusiers. I like that combination. The thing is, though, this is one of these forests that here in a dip, so there are some problems deploying in here. I hope the Russians don't have a lot of medium infantry themselves. I don't know the Russian list well. Okay, let's face it, the number of lists I don't know about in Pike and Shot could probably fill a large book. But we will deploy our infantry on this line regardless. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the battlefield first, because it may not be the obvious terrain that we want to use. The rough ground here is good, but it's too far away to really make use of. I don't see any other really prime terrain. Okay, and the thing is, light guns are going to be heavily obstructed here. I don't know, is this really where we want to fight? I think we have to make use of this rough terrain to protect our drabby from the enemy cavalry. What we'll do then is I'll use the guns where the terrain is going to be a little bit more open. So we'll drop these lancers back for the moment just to make space. And what I'll do is I'll position a battery of guns here. And I'm going to position a battery of guns here. I'll actually switch them around. That way, when they get through the forest, they'll have a nice range of fire to fire on the enemy's positions. But we'll have to be aggressive to make use of that. Now let's take a look at some of the cavalry I've got. And I can see that the lancer banners are going to be my superior units. Both 50%, light lancers 50%, so they're not going to be quite as lethal on impact as full lancers. And then they've got swordsmen for when they manage to disrupt the enemy. Well, okay, they might be useful. We've got demi-lancers, they're they're light lancers. They're classed as horse, so they're full cavalry. Below average, because these are just our average lancers. We've got these volley banners, so these are ranged cavalry, okay. And we've got demi-lancers here, so these are the less capable cavalry. And we've got some hussars / Cossacks. Right. We've got more drabby over here. You know what? We do have a few patches of rough ground they could be used on. You know, the more I look at this battlefield, the less I like the No, they can actually help us out here. We've got the hills here. We've got the drabby going up here. If we can use I think if we use the lancer banners in the center, because they are strong cavalry, they can hold their own. If we can use the volley banners out on the flanks and in the center of our lines to support our units. So I'm maybe thinking have a couple in the center just act as supporting fire, just in case any Russian units get themselves stranded on the wood lines. And I guess in that case I'll use the demi-lancers out on the extreme flanks. I'll save some of them for this flank over here as well. Now keep the fire support concentrated over here, and you know, we could use a couple of hussars and Cossacks over here. But beyond that, I can't really make any other solid plans because I don't know what the enemy army is going to look like yet. Stick one here just to support the drabby in the centre. Right, that's enough talk. Let's get going. Make sure I haven't missed anyone, and as expected, I do miss someone. There we go. Let's get into this. Oh, fantastic! Not just at medium infantry, lots of medium infantry. And the more I look at this, because let's say they've got Russian cavalry, they're superior bow cavalry, so we don't want to get into a shootout with them. But infantry are going to be pretty weak against cavalry out in the open. If we can manage to get to them before most of their units can get onto the rough ground, we can probably hammer them. Right, well the forest is no longer an advantage to us, so we need to plan accordingly. Right, begin to move up to here. Yeah, I'm going to try and lead my infantry around the forest and onto this hill here. I want most of my units to be on the high ground shooting down on the Russians. Bring the guns up as well. Get the cavalry forward quickly, I reckon. Would have been easier to do if I didn't block my own troops in. We're outclassed in the lights battle, so I'll need to bring in my own heavy units to support. That's actually something the volley banners would be quite good at. Okay, they're coming up this direction. A few units of drabby here on the rough ground would help us to cover against the enemy cavalry that are closing in. Because what I really want to do is get into the guts of their infantry with the cavalry charge. And to do that I'll need something to keep the enemy cavalry off of my backs. Off of my troops' backs. Just drop in the centre for a charge. So they can support the drabby as we go around the forest. And these guys can take a wide flank as planned. So a rough plan, these units fix, these units charge, these guys flank and support the lights battle. Next turn. Okay, the enemy moving onto the rough ground. You should have enough firepower to displace them. And yeah, this is splitting their infantry's attention because half of them are having to focus on the cavalry battle. So we shoot down these with our massed infantry, we'll charge into these with our cavalry. As long as we don't suffer too many disrupts, we should be fine. Early disruption's going to hurt. Right, what are our... oh god, not good. Here... The Tatars don't do well on impact. But these certainly do. These do okay. That lets me circle around. I can threaten the flank there. And since they can always choose to not attack, they can always choose to support their units. Let's pin them in place. Not great, but also, well, let's see. It's going to hurt. They evaded. Made sense because that was a rubbish impact for them. Right, in that case, bring forward the volley banners and let's go for a disruption of our own. And bring forward this unit first, see what effect that has. Right, no luck on disruptions. Shame we can't hit them with the artillery yet. Right, more important is what we do with the infantry now. Yep, I think I know what to do there. Bring this infantry unit down to here. Might look odd, but that means I can bring this unit up to here. We've taken the crest of the hill. Now, if we wait just a little bit, the artillery will have a fine shot if we can get them onto this position here. That should allow them to fire a bit better. Now, I don't want to break my lines. I'm just going to rest up in these woods for now. That gives us a little bit of cover, and it means that these Streltsy can't pick off parts of my line. We've still got these guys waiting in the woods. They are not particularly well positioned. Oh, hang it. I'll just have to bring this unit forward after all. Don't suppose they can fire yet? No, not yet. This is actually an okay place to be because that's 75. But what I really want to do is shift things even further to the right if it's all possible. Get right off of this hill. Now I've got the Russian cavalry to worry about there as well. But I do have cavalry of my own coming up to support, so it should be okay. Move these guys out for now. You'll move them to here. We don't want to come right forward yet. Remember, this is principally a flanking force. And we'll bring the volley banners up. They're going to provide fire support. Probably should have moved them there, but that's fine. There's a bit of a log jam. We can't quite charge yet, but what I'm going to do is use the opportunity to move my cavalry into position to charge. And move these guys towards the right. Move here. You're now in position to cover us a little bit. Say hello and light them up. Let's see. Below average demi-lancers aren't going to do particularly well against those Russian cavalry, but if they try and swing in to attack us, we can use our positions here to keep them honest. And the Hussars/Cossacks will be excellent at attacking those light Cossacks there. Right. I'm entirely comfortable with this, and I'm worried about this Russian cavalry group. But let's continue for now. Oh, that was well, not unlucky. Cannons quite often disrupt cavalry. The enemy are sensibly taking the heights. Now they can only fire from 2 squares away, so we should be able to get off a solid charge. It's a shame this unit disrupted. I can take the guns next turn, but then we'll get shredded by volley fire. I wonder if I want to check my charge for one more turn. Of course, we've got all of this rolling towards us now. Nice, took all of that fire and still managed to shoot down a lot of us. Yeah, that unit's going to get pasted with fire. Right, well, we'll take our flank attack, thank you. We'll move a unit of Drabby onto this rough ground here. Then with the guns. Now here's the thing. I don't really want to fight these Russian cavalry out in the open. Let's move our troops to here for now, because we will have the height advantage while we're here. And they're shielded somewhat by that rough ground there. I'll also position my volley banners around this area. As for this situation here, pull them back a little bit. What we want to do is, yeah, send forward the lancer banners to take the brunt of the Russian cavalry charge. And shelter the volley banners behind so they can continue this firefight with the enemy cavalry. So we scored a disruption, and while we're doing that, continue to creep the demi-lancers around the flanks of the enemy force. Now here in the centre is where the excitement is going to start happening. Charge! I'll go be slammed into them, that's a disruption. Can't quite hit them there. But, let's see. Good action. Well, hold on. Let's hold that flank back for the minute. I'm wary of that oncoming Russian cavalry charge. It's a real shame these guys got disrupted. See if you can crack their position there. That's a disruption, so that means I can. See, the problem is that I take the guns, and then 3 of these units are going to unload on me. It's a shame this unit isn't in position to attack. Okay, move these units in. At least they'll have to move to attack us now. And I can move these units in to move around the disrupted unit. And then we'll get our charge in next turn. In the meantime, well, we know what the situation is there. If they go off, we might be able to get a flank in through the forest. I'm not going to move there yet, because if they catch some at downhill, we'll be at a massive disadvantage. We just need to be a little bit patient, and the enemy should derange their own troops. I'm just going to shoot this unit down because it's not worth sending my troops into a flying after some routing Cossacks. Much better to just bring them down with ranged fire. Let's see, get around them here. And just continue to put ranged pressure on them. They're putting quite a bit of ranged pressure on us, to be honest. So that everyone is able to fire fired. Let's see. Yeah, you know what, also put some pressure on them. It'll weaken their cohesion tests. Next turn. Being stuck under the attention of the light guns is no fun. God, that was a devastating volley. At least no disruptions means I don't have to delay anymore. That disruption really cost us. Okay, right. Potential to catch that Russian cavalry unit in a bit of a fire trap. Disrupted there, and right up to us. These guys are going to have to fight. Their light cavalry really managed to do a number on us. Oh, that was the one unit I didn't want to disrupt. How did they manage to shoot past all of this? Let's see. We've got all of this coming towards us, and God knows what that's going to look like once they charge. Wouldn't have been too bad had we not disrupted. Let's just take a look at the melee here. Yeah, it's not actually too bad, even on impact. Shoot them here. Let's see, what's it like if we charge into battle? Not great, to be honest. All things considered, I'd rather concentrate on the more dangerous units. Try and bring them down, really focus fire on them while they're here. No line of sight, should move back then. I'd like to wait until these units advance before I start to move through the forest. For now, let's do a cavalry charge. Yes. I would like to actually use the volley banners to, well, shoot something. But you know what, they might be useful here. So let's just keep them back for the minute. We'll do a cavalry charge here. No luck. Right, take the guns here. In that case, we're going to take some fire. Here. Charge them. We're not getting great luck with our cavalry charges here. But that's a disruption. That's what we need to see happening more often. Even with the successful attack, it's surprisingly evenly matched. That's got rid of them. They're also broken. We're in trouble here. Had to give up the rough ground and risk an auto break there, but at least we're moving forward. As I said, this might allow me to move towards their flank if they do something, or at least might help to keep them honest. I really hope they rally up soon. Okay, just considering what I've got left. Right, try to disrupt this unit of Russian cavalry and draw some fire away from them. Are they volley banners? Right, Lancer banners charge. Cover them a little bit. Then I can have this unit turn and fire. Turn and fire. I need that unit to cover that area, but we can still go a direct blast. Nothing at all. Well, they are superior troops, so you'd expect them to hold it together. Okay, let's finally spread some chaos here. Interesting. That's a shame they've already moved. Alright, just get out of the way, I suppose. I suppose someone needs to make sure that they don't just get to take our guns. Fine. It's not looking great, to be honest. We are under a lot of pressure from these Russian cavalry. Next turn. That's a terrible result. At least they didn't break there. So medium infantry, once engaged by cavalry, usually don't do too well. So I'm surprised how well these Russian units are managing to hold out. Could be the above average thing. Could be the heavy weapon actually, because that will nullify our armor. And here come the Russian cavalry to reinforce. They've now managed to take this patch of rough ground I was trying to hold. They'll be on even footing because now our units are disrupted, so both units are disordered. We managed to disrupt that unit, good. So actually, now that I look at this, the Russians are in a bit of a mess over here. I can't believe they got away. Well, we managed to rout someone. I was hoping they'd hold out a little bit longer. They actually had a decent chance of holding there. This is the problem with low quality troops. They'll avoid hashing into melees because they're outmatched, but that actually opens them up to further flank attacks. That's a really bad choice to take, but well, I mean, at least it'll even up this melee for a while. Right, let's take a look. The thing is, they've got reserves, so this flanking force can't really do anything right now. Let's focus over here first of all, because we do have a bit of an advantage forming here. Shoot those Russian cavalry in the face. They don't have much steam left. Right, because I'm trying to keep my forces back to focus on these relatively. We disrupted them in one shot anyway. Let's get the cavalry as well. They all auto break soon, so we're definitely winning here. Wait until these units approach, and then I'm going to try and get around their sides. The thing is, these Drabi aren't really achieving anything right now. Well, shoot them in the face. I was hoping they'd fragment. Okay, now they've held firm for now. The infantry battle, the all-important cavalry infantry battle. Unless our cavalry can start making some progress soon, this isn't going to have a happy ending. Oh, I really want to draw them into a firefight first. Let's see. Try and get clear. You guys get clear as well. Hit the disrupted stealthy. That could spread some panic, and if we can also... Okay. Now that gives me some options. And they disperse just at the right moment. So we'll hit them as well. Right, then we've managed to stick the melee. They can't charge because these demi-lancers are keeping them honest. And that also means that my volley banners can turn and hit these Russian cavalry. The demi-lancers here can do the job of pushing through the gap. So we haven't lost anything by doing that. We've got some Russian cavalry there, so I need to be wary about where I advance to here. I don't want to end up in the low ground. That said, even without the threat of actually using our bows, well, I can at least move my cavalry onto the hill and threaten to charge these units of stealthy. So that piles more pressure onto them. So this is actually coming together against all of the odds. There were definitely some hairy moments there, though. And we're not out of the woods yet. I figured that would happen. Well, that at least gets them out of our hair and out of this position. Now this unit is about to break, and they might take those Drabi with them. Now I'd like to have some space between my volley banners and the rest of the army. Just charge them. And if we could pull back just a little bit when this unit comes past. Disrupted. Great, that was the one unit we didn't want to disrupt out of all of that, but at least we've won some space now. Let's see, and they could bring these forces around to here. Move a unit of demi-lancers to here. That way when they come through we might get a flank attack. And it's a shame we're not quite close enough. That was a flank. There was a flanking opportunity opening up. You know what? There might still be a flanking opportunity to open up if they can hold out for a turn. They are light lancers, so they will have quite an impact on the Russian bow and swordsman units. I think that's all we can do for now. Next turn. Oh, yeah, that was a bad turn for the Russians. Our cavalry have held out. That's all to the good. That means we might get that flank attack. I think the Russians do have ways to block it, but we'll see if they manage to pull that off. And you guys are gonna get quite badly hurt here. Charging in. Should have seen that coming, really. Disrupted versus disrupted. Pray for fragmentation here. I'll try again next turn. They've also suffered casualties now, so they're going to be even more fragile. I need to move this unit out of the way so they're not blocking in the Lancer banners. Which unfortunately means getting into business range with those Russian cavalry. Not going to be good since we're already in a fight. Maybe these Lancer banners can start making some headway. Yeah, the cavalry are not making mincemeat of medium infantry in the way I thought they would. If these Tatars can hold it together for one turn, we'll be able to flank them, and that will spread some chaos through their army. I don't know what we're going to do after that though, because there's way too many Russian cavalry here to defeat. That would have been a really bad disrupt had it gone through. They broke. Oh, of course, because they were so close to auto breaking. Oh, that fire did pay off. Glad they went for that unit and not the one next to it. They're doing an amazing job. Oh, come on, lads, you're superior. Earn your paycheck. And they just about held it together. Good enough. They'll start losing ground eventually. Wait, then they must break as well. Huh. Wow. That was a bit of a turn of events. Right, first things first. I'd like to... let's think very carefully about this. If I can break them with fire here, then I can bombard the Russian cavalry. Just seeing if there's anything else I'd like to do. First of all, get that flank attack in. We've got more Russians coming in that we can't hope to beat in long-term battle, so I have to try and break them here and now, or at least do serious damage to their forces. So I've got more Russian cavalry swinging in here. Let's move here. That was enough. Oh, I'd known one unit would have been enough, then I would have... Oh, not the unit I was hoping to disrupt. Fire at them. No disruption. Yeah, and that's not really the shocking impact I was hoping to have on the unit. Get this Balkan light horse out there. Oops, where are we? Could pile in here, I guess. It would also block the enemy's flank attack. And those are just light horse. Right, what's going to have the best effect? Charging in here against this unit or charging downhill against them here? Bear in mind that unit's about to break. Well, I kept them with the guns first, so now their cohesion test is even weaker. Now, if we're going all out to break the sector, let's try and properly break it. We didn't manage to win the melee. Right, fine, try and crack them here as well. They've fragmented, they've disrupted. This part of the Russian line is now starting to look very wobbly indeed. The problem is they're going to crash through and into our Drabi here. Now that could lead to anything happening. You guys probably shouldn't be there when all of that comes down on your heads. And you know what, yeah, I will commit to a fight here. We may as well try and hit the Russians as hard as we can on this flank, because they're going to eventually outclass us anyway. More interested in causing casualties to the Russian army. If we can open all of this, we might be able to rescue this. The thing is, they're going to get charged next turn. Right, I think it's now time to start bringing troops through that forest. Let's see. That's even Stevens. Well then, I suppose I could at least get a half... Well, let's see, I've got my own cavalry here. Yeah, let's bring this unit forward, get at least a half volley off. And see, now I can start to bring these units of cavalry into the battle. So hold them back for the minute, but I want to move this unit up here. And we can threaten to move through this gap here, start really causing some havoc. And just keep chasing these annoyances, you'll eventually catch them. I really wish I hadn't moved there. Right, fine, I think here, I guess. Because that unit's going to break anyway. As I said, this unit's going to have to move away from this situation. Looks like we're going to have to move back, to be honest. Yep, pull back. Right, I want to see what I can do with this. So the plan is fire here, fire here. And then charge. They fragmented. So hopefully we'll carry into their flank next turn. I'm still keeping them honest for the minute. I'd like them to come. Do I want them to come forward? Just send them around. Okay, right, that's all we can do for now. This is a long one. Next turn. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. As if we weren't at a bad enough at disadvantage. So oh my goodness, all of that snapped. They must have panicked. Not a good place to run, guys. Water break. This. Okay, and they just go without any challenge. This is going to be a messy one. This is going to be a really, really nasty one. Because they are now going to go. We just missed their flanks. They've run a little bit further. Okay, right, surely somewhere. Oh, it's not my turn. So after all of that carnage, now the enemy get to move. Okay, good. We managed to hurt them with gunfire here. That Streltsy unit can turn around and get itself into some battle order. Then we can potentially melt all of this. It's going to hurt us now 2-on-1. We will eventually catch them. Because they drew some fire. Yeah, this couldn't have arrived at a worse moment. Now change in route percentage is probably to my advantage right now. We're fragmented now. Now they're routed as well. Of course, why isn't it facing back the way? Good, we did them to route up the way this is going. We're perceiving right now. So we've got this creeping up on our flanks. Can you hit them with a artillery fire, please? They're about to get flanked, so we're going to have to turn here. Try and crawl away. Should have moved to there. Would have taken less fire. Fragment, that's what I wanted. Now, they break. They didn't fragment. Yeah, at least we've pushed forward a little bit further there now. Alright. I managed to land 2 solid volleys on them, but it wasn't enough. Here, nothing. Could try a charge, I suppose, but just firing at them seems like it's more guaranteed casualties. Hang it. I'm expecting that unit to break. If that unit, at some point, we just have to come out and try and support them. I'm going to try and save them then, because if they're going to fight on, I'm going to at least try and support them. And actually, I didn't realize that would block my line of fire. Alright, okay, not the most effective use. Right, fine. Since they've withstood all of that fire, why don't we try a charge? Nothing. They blocked everything I threw at them. Now, God knows what happens when this unit routs. Well... I think this is more important than what's going on over here. We can now threaten their flanks. And... charge. Disrupted, okay. You know what, hit them again. Might as well. Fragmented. Let's see what effect that has when all of that goes. They're about to break anyway. 50-50. Doesn't really leave me with an advantage. And they've been disrupted. Why don't you guys just politely dodge out of there? Try not to fragment on the way out. You're about... they're actually losing. Let's see what the hussars do. They may counterattack, then they can flank. And with that, I think we've just about done everything. So we move to here, see if we can attract the attention of those Cossacks. Okay, so much for that. And, well... try not to die too quickly over here, I suppose. See if you finally catch them. Next turn. And, hello, target of opportunity. Well, if they stop running next turn, we'll get them in the back. Oh, they just had to hold out. If they're going to be forced to back, and that's going to let them get the flank. Oh wait, no they can't, because it'll be AP 0. They can't get us immediately. They can't follow up on that charge either. Interesting. I was wondering... oh, they just stopped pursuing. Discipline's one thing, but it's not always helpful. Good, they held the fire, so we should be able to get full volley there. And they had to turn to avert the flank threat. If we can break that unit, we can potentially shred all of this. That's actually really messed things up. There's my potential flank threat. Above average lancers challenging disrupted lancer banners. Yeah, they do have the advantage. Enemy ambuscade is really starting to make its presence felt. 90%. The enemy are holding where I need them to not hold. That was a really bad turn for us. So they're above average troops, they will pass one cohesion test to me. That's a good position for a rally though. Use AP0 again. Disrupted them here. Thankfully they can't quite flank us yet. All that would do is disperse them, which honestly might not be the worst thing in the world. Right, first thing to do, try and break them there, please. See if that causes a fragmentation. Good luck. What about this? Hey, good. They haven't moved yet, have they? Would rather have moved forward there because that Streltsy unit. But this is an ugly one. It's because what I'm planning to do is move forward here, and then this unit can threaten the flanks of these engaged Russian cavalry here. That's probably still the winning move, even though I have reasons to hate it. Hopefully that unit can move forward to support afterwards. You move to here, and that way you have some options. Hopefully we'll break them next turn, so there won't be any priority charge target shenanigans going on. What are our odds? Yeah, throw them in, that way it's a 2-on-1 plus the disruption. Okay, we forced them back. Fire at them too, they fragmented. Excellent, all of that might be about to go. Can we hit anyone significant with the cannon? Well, we might be able to disrupt this unit here. Let's see. Or maybe we could go after this unit here. Because they're actually, right, you know what, these units are actually free. Why don't we start looking to turn our units around and do something about this mess? Because let's see, they're going to have to turn to here to threaten the flank here. And they got more troops coming forward. They are threatening their flank. I don't have a lot of good options here, do I? No priority charge target. Try to die in a manner that is not too horrible. Honestly, that's looking pretty horrible. Move them to here so you don't get affected by the pack. And what the hey, it's better than dying from ranged, but it's better than dying to missiles, since you can't shoot back anyway. They've actually got them locked down. We've got that unit under. That unit will break, and then if I move sideways, I'll flank them. Just shoot them. And try that unit on the size, I guess. Here, at least here we're actually on even footing. Oh, at least we were until we took some casualties. Oh, hang on. You know what? The situation is desperate enough. Let's see where this takes us. Have they run? If they run far enough, we might carry into all of this next turn. I'm really interested to see where that all goes. Move to here. If I charge here, that's 1, 2. We'll be carried straight into the pursuit path. We're going to have to endure a turn of fire there. We're just going to have to be patient. It's a shame none of this worked out because we were really close to breaking them there. You are just going to have to die heroically so we don't get flanked there. Next turn. 36%. We're breaking the Russian army, but we're not through yet. Ooh, took a real rollicking there. I know it's about to happen. It's going to be very gruesome. And then eventually we are going to drop back. We've rallied up again, they're now disrupted. And another unit's rallied up. They break, they've disrupted, that's exactly what we wanted to see happen. That's going to be a pursuit. Yeah, they're all going to pile onto the weak and disrupted strategy. That's what we wanted to see happen. They're going to go into their backs. It worked exactly as I hoped. We cleared them away. We routed them. Do you see it? Now they are going to go. They didn't go far. That's still a flank attack. So now both units are going to get hammered. So that was actually probably the worst thing that could have happened to us. And it also means that their sacrifice was for nothing. Now this unit's over pressured. We can bring them up to flank next turn. But to come so far and to just watch them all die horribly. This is not going to be a pretty couple of turns. Please stop pursuing soon. Amazingly, they didn't take guns. Spiraled up to 40% in a single poison target. And right now, I just want this nightmare to be over. Well, we flanked them there. They held on as long as they could, but things just kept going wrong. being fragmented. It's all come apart at the last minute, hasn't it? And see if you manage to break them, but no. Right, back into range. Right, here. Advance. Quickly to disrupt. Charge. We can get a flank attack there. That means we might be able to carry all of this away. Now pray that we actually manage to carry off the fragmentation here. Good. Okay, we're going to carry all this. This is chaos. Shoot at them. Melee's not going to be disrupted as anyway. Okay. Just get the drabby out of the way so that when this unit breaks, which it must, the enemy don't go crashing straight into us. And we'll try and catch these when they break as well. Let's see. Well, I've got these Russian cavalry who are threatening the flank here. Just trying to interpose yourself between the guns and let's see. Try and get out of here before all of this collapses on our heads. I don't know, 40% of our army gone, we might have had it soon. And this unit's going to eventually get it in the neck as well. I'm guessing that the Russians eventually just ran off the map. Now who do I send this group to help then? Kind of a trick question. They should have... I'll send them to help here. They might be able to rescue these Lancer banners. But the answer should have been that I just shouldn't have sent them after this unit out before. I thought they'd eventually stop pursuing. I was wrong. And we never did catch those flaming Cossacks. Right, next turn. 46%. See where that takes them. Ugh. Now the above average modifier is coming in to finish us off. Where the enemy haven't even taken their turn yet. If the Russians panic here, we might stand a chance. There's not much of a Polish army left. And there go our guns, and now they're threatening our backs. There we go. That was a frustrating one. Had them right up until the end, and everything just... nothing quite lined up the way I needed it to. Except for that flank towards the back, that was good. I guess I was just too slow setting everything up. I think I probably lost this one at the point because I didn't understand the Russian army, and also moving forward to take that fight on the right probably wasn't necessary. I didn't have to get involved with that as quickly as I did. Trying to shield the guns is futile. I don't think I did badly, given that it was a type of army I wasn't familiar with, and it was versus a type of army I'd never even... and it was armies unseen, obviously. It was a completely random battle. But, yeah, there we go. That's a defeat. Well, folks, I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't think there'll be a historical battle today. That was supposed to be the warm-up, and I think that ended up taking about 2 hours. We'll see how long it took when the video comes out. Farewell for now.